Nice that you looking at. Taylor Swift's music career. At age 12, Swift made her first trip to Nashville, hoping to obtain a record deal by distributing a demo tape of her singing with karaoke songs. She gave a copy to every label in town, but was rejected. After Swift returned to Pennsylvania, she was asked to sing at the US Open tennis tournament, where her rendition of the national anthem received much attention. When Swift was 15, she rejected RCA Records because the company wanted to keep her on an artist development deal. After performing at Nashville's songwriters' venue, the Bluebird Cafe, she caught the attention of Scott Borchetta, who signed her to his newly formed record label, Big Machine Records. At age 14, she became the youngest staff songwriter ever hired by the Sony ATV Tree publishing house. Swift released her debut single, Tim McGraw, in mid-2006, reaching number 6 on Billboard magazine's Hot Country Songs chart. Her self-titled debut album was later released on October 24, 2006, debuting high on the Billboard 200. The album sold 39,000 copies during its first week. It peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Top Country Albums and number 5 on the Billboard 200. Her debut album spent 8 consecutive weeks at the top of the Top Country Albums charts and remained at the top for 24 out of 91 weeks, and is the longest charting album on the Billboard 200 of the entire 2000s decade, with a total of 285 weeks on the chart. It tallied its 285th week on the chart after Swift's announcement on her social medias stating she finally owns her masters. It has sold 12.2 million units worldwide, and was certified 7x platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. It has sold over 8.5 million in the country as of June 2025. The only other country artists this decade to achieve the number 1 sales position for 20 weeks or more are the Chicks and Carrie Underwood. The music video for Tim McGraw won Swift an award for Breakthrough Video of the Year at the 2007 CMT Music Awards. Her pursuit of country music stardom was the subject of GAC Shortcuts, a part documentary, part music video series airing since the summer of 2006. On May 15, 2007, Swift performed Tim McGraw at the Academy of Country Music Awards. Swift has been an opening act for Tim McGraw and Faith Hill on their Soul to Soul 2007 tour. She has opened in the past for George Strait, Brad Paisley and Rascal Flatts as well. The second single from the Taylor Swift album, Teardrops on My Guitar, was released February 24, 2007, in MID 2007. The song peaked at number 2 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart and number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song was re-released with a pop remix that brought Teardrops on My Guitar to number 13 on the Hot 100 and number 11 on the Population 100. In October 2007, Swift was awarded Songwriter Artist of the Year by the Nashville Songwriters Association, Intel, making her the youngest artist ever to win the award. Her third song off her debut album, Our Song, spent 6 weeks at number 1 on the country charts, peaked at number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100, and rose to number 24 on the Billboard Population 100. Swift recorded a holiday album, Sounds of the Season, the Taylor Swift Holiday Collection, which was released exclusively at Target in late 2007. Swift was nominated for a 2008 Grammy Award in the category of Best New Artist, but lost to Amy Winehouse. Swift's successful single, Picture to Burn, was the 4th single from her debut album. The song debuted and soon peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Country chart in spring 2008. Should Have Said No became Swift's second #1 single. In summer 2008, Swift released Beautiful Eyes, an EP sold exclusively at Walmart. In its first week of release, the album sold 45,000 copies, debuting at #1 on Billboard's Top Country Albums chart and #9 on the Billboard 200, with her self-titled debut album sitting at #2 during the same week. Swift became the first artist since 1997 to hold the top 2 positions of the Top Country Albums chart. In October 2008, Swift performed a duet with best-selling rock band Def Leppard in a taped show in Nashville, Tennessee, and their collaboration was up for both Performance of the Year and Wide Open Country Video of the Year at the CMT Music Awards in 2009. Swift's second studio album, Fearless, was released in the United States on November 11, 2008. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart, becoming her first album to do so, and stayed there for 11 non-consecutive weeks, becoming the longest-running #1 album by a female country artist, and spent a total of 261 weeks on the Billboard 200, becoming the second longest charting album of the 2000s decade, right behind her own album, Taylor Swift. Its sales of 592,304 were the highest debut of any country artist in 2008. This is also the largest opening U.S. sales week in 2008 by a female artist in all genres of music, and the fourth biggest overall behind Lil Wayne, AC, and Coldplay. Its lead single, Love Story, became a hit on both the country and pop charts during the first week of release. More than 129,000 of Swift's sales were sold digitally. This gives Swift the best online start for any country album in history. It also makes Swift the fourth biggest week for a digital album since Nielsen SoundScan began tracking them in 2004. Through its 8th week of release, Fearless has sold more than 338,467 downloads, making it the best-selling country album in digital history. In second place is Swift's debut Taylor Swift with sales of 236,046 downloads as of April 18, 2009. In its debut week, 7 songs in total on Fearless were charted on Billboard Hot 100, tying Swift with Miley Cyrus for the most by a female artist in a single week, with White Horse charted #13. This gave Swift her 6th top 20 debut of 2008, a calendar year record for any artist in the history of the Billboard Hot 100. Of the 13 tracks on Fearless, 11 have already spent time on the Hot 100. Change, a song from the album, was selected as part of a soundtrack supporting Team USA's efforts in the 2008 Summer Olympics. The song was also featured as part of the soundtrack of National Broadcasting Company's broadcast package of the Olympics. The lead single from the album, Love Story, was released on September 12, 2008. The Fearless album includes the Love Story music video, which is based on Romeo and Juliet. The song has reached #2 on iTunes Store top downloaded songs and #4 on the Billboard Hot 100. 15 weeks after being added to pop radio, Love Story also became the first country crossover recording to hit #1 on the Nielsen BDSCHR Top 40 chart in the 16-year history of the list, as well as #1 on the Mediabase Top 40 chart. The second single from Fearless, White Horse, was released on December 8, 2008. The music video for the song premiered on CMT on February 7, 2009. Though it missed the #1 spot on Billboard's Hot Country Songs as of the week April 11, 2009. White Horse claimed the #1 spot atop the USA Today Country Aircheck chart, powered by Mediabase, in that week. Forever and Always, another song from the album, was based on Swift's relationship with singer Joe Jonas. She was the first artist in the history of Nielsen Sound Scan to have two different albums in the top 10 on the year-end album chart. This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.